O beloved soul, O seeker of truth, O listener who has walked with me through the journey of the Gita, today we arrive at a chapter of awe, of majesty, of wonder. This is not just wisdom for the mind, not just comfort for the heart. This is revelation itself. This is the moment when the veil lifts and Krishna, the Supreme Lord, reveals the countless ways his presence shines through the universe. This is chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga, the yoga of divine glories. Here the divine does not merely teach, he proclaims, he does not only guide, he unveils. He does not speak of paths to reach him, he shows that he is already everywhere, in everything, in everyone. Prepare your heart, dear listener, for this chapter is the music of majesty, the poetry of power, the secret of the infinite, the song of the eternal that echoes in mountains, rivers, stars, and souls. The chapter begins with Krishna's voice, firm yet full of grace. Bhuya eva mahabaho shrinu me paramam vacha yatte hampriyamanaya vakshami hita kamyaya. Again hear my supreme word, O mighty armed Arjuna. Because you are dear to me, I will speak for your benefit. What tenderness shines here! The Lord of the cosmos does not speak with cold authority, he speaks with love. Because Arjuna is dear, because the soul is beloved, the Lord reveals his secret. It is love that opens the floodgates of revelation. It is love that draws out the treasures of wisdom. And so Krishna continues, Name vidu suragana prabhavam na maharshaya aham adirhi devanam maharsinam cha sarvasha. Neither the hosts of gods nor the great sages know my origin, for in every way I am the source of the gods and the sages. The highest devas, the brightest rishis, even they do not fully know his beginning, because he has no beginning. He is the source of all beginnings, the origin of the origin, the fountain from which the sacred streams flow. Krishna declares, he who knows him as unborn, without beginning, Lord of all worlds, that soul is free from delusion. That soul is liberated even in this life. And then he names the qualities that arise from him: intelligence, knowledge, freedom from delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, self-control, calmness, happiness, suffering, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, infamy. All these qualities spring from him. He is the seed of all virtues. He is the ground of all experiences. Nothing exists outside his being. Buddhir jnanam asamoha kshama satyam damashama sukham dukham bhavo bhayam cha bhayam evacha. Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truth, self-control, calmness, happiness and distress, birth and death, fear and fearlessness. All these qualities are born of me. To know this is to live in humility, for nothing is truly ours. All gifts, all talents, all virtues, even our very breath, they are sparks from the infinite fire. Then Krishna declares his eternal truth. The 7 great rishis, the 4 ancient manus, the progenitors of mankind, all were born from his mind. From them came the peoples of the world. Thus, he is not only the sustainer, he is the source of lineage, the origin of generations. And Krishna adds, whoever knows this truth, whoever knows his divine glories, that soul is united with unwavering devotion. Faith arises not from blind belief, but from the recognition of the source. Now, Krishna turns from philosophy to power. He says, Yo mamajam anadim chaveti loka maheshwaram asamuda samartyeshu sarva papai pramuchyate. He who knows me as unborn and without beginning, as the supreme Lord of worlds, that wise soul among mortals is freed from all sins. Freedom is not the absence of difficulty. Freedom is the awareness of the eternal behind all things. When you know the infinite as your root, you are no longer bound by the fleeting. Arjuna listens with wonder, and Krishna, seeing the openness of his heart, begins to reveal the splendor of his manifestations. This is the heart of chapter 10. This is the yoga of divine glories. The Lord says, I am the Self, seated in the heart of all beings. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all. Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutasaya Sthita, Aham Adishcha Madhyam Chabhutanam Anta Evacha. I am the Self, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all beings. I am the beginning, the middle, and also the end of all beings. What majesty! The divine is not distant. He is the very self in every heart, closer than breath, nearer than thought, the eternal witness, the silent friend, the guiding presence. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the dawn, the noon, the dusk, the first spark, the enduring flame, the final glow. Krishna continues with a litany of revelations, a cascade of cosmic self-declarations. He names himself in the best of all. Among the Adityas, he is Vishnu. Among the lights, he is the radiant sun. Among the Maruts, he is Marichi. Among the stars, he is the moon. Among the Vedas, he is the Samaveda. Among the gods, he is Indra. Among the senses, he is the mind. Among living beings, he is consciousness. Adityanam aham Vishnur Jyotisham Ravir Amshuman Marichir Marutam Asmi Nakshatranam aham Shashi. Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. Of the stars, I am the moon. Vedanam Samavedo, Shmidevanam Asmi Vasava, Indriyanam Manash, Chasmi Bhutanam Asmi Chetana. Of the Vedas, I am the Samaveda. Of the gods, I am Indra. Of the senses, I am the mind. And among beings, I am consciousness. This is the royal knowledge, to see the divine not just in temples, but in sun and moon, in sound and mind, in life itself. He goes on. Among the Rudras, he is Shiva. Among the Yakshas and Rakshasas, he is Kubera, the lord of wealth. Among the Vasus, he is Agni, the fire. Among the mountains, he is Meru. Among priests, he is Brihaspati. Among generals, he is Skanda. Among bodies of water, he is the ocean. Among great rishis, he is Brigu. Among words, he is the syllable Om. Among sacrifices, he is the chanting of the holy name. Among immovable things, he is the Himalayas. Among trees, he is the Ashvata, the sacred banyan. Among divine sages, he is Narada. Among Gandharvas, he is Chitrarata. Among perfected beings, he is Kapila. Among horses, he is Uchesravas. Among elephants, he is Airavata. Among men, he is the king. Among weapons, he is the thunderbolt. Among cows, he is Kamadenu. Among serpents, he is Vasuki. Among Nagas, he is Ananta. Among aquatic beings, he is Varuna. Among departed ancestors, he is Aryama. Among rulers, he is Yama, Lord of Justice. Among Daityas, he is Prahlada. Among subduers, he is time itself. Among beasts, he is the lion. Among birds, he is Garuda. Among purifiers, he is the wind. Among warriors, he is Rama. Among fishes, he is the shark. Among rivers, he is the Ganges. The list flows like thunder. Each declaration expands the horizon of Arjuna's mind. Every aspect of greatness, every form of power, every instance of majesty, Krishna says, that am I. This is not arrogance, this is revelation. The Lord is not boasting. He is unveiling the truth hidden in plain sight. Wherever you see greatness, wherever you see beauty, wherever you see power, know that it is but a spark of His infinite glory. Yad yad vibhutimat sattvam shrimad urjitam eva vatat tad evavagachatvam mama tejo imshasambhavam. Whatever is glorious, beautiful, or powerful, know that it has sprung from a spark of my splendor. This is the key to divine vision, to train the heart to see Him in the best of all things. The brightest star, the noblest king, the tallest mountain, the deepest river, the bravest warrior, the sweetest song, all are glimpses of Him. At this point, Arjuna is overwhelmed. He bows inwardly and confesses, "Yes, Krishna, you are indeed the supreme Brahman, the supreme abode, the ultimate purifier. All the sages proclaim you thus, and now I see it with my own heart." But Arjuna's thirst is not yet quenched. He longs to hear more. With folded hands he pleads, "Tell me, O Krishna, once again in detail of your divine glories, for I can never tire of drinking the nectar of your words." And Krishna, smiling with affection, continues his river of revelations. He concludes with a mystery. "Arjuna, what need is there for this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support the entire universe. Atava bahunaitena kim jnatena tavarjuna vishtabhyaham idam kritsnam ekam shena stito jagat." But what need is there, O Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single portion of myself, I pervade and sustain the entire universe. One fragment, one spark, one ray of his infinite being is enough to uphold galaxies, to sustain universes, to cradle creation itself. How majestic, how incomprehensible, how wondrous. And yet he is here, speaking with a friend, guiding a warrior, dwelling in every heart. This is the paradox of the divine, greater than the greatest, smaller than the smallest, beyond all, within all. So, dear soul, what is the message of chapter 10? It is this: look around you, everywhere, in everything, the divine shines. Do not limit God to temples and rituals. See him in the sun at dawn, in the moon at night, in the ocean's roar, in the mountain's silence, in the hero's courage, in the sage's wisdom, in the mother's love, in the breath within your chest. All glories are his, all beauty is his, all power is his, and all are but sparks of his endless majesty. When you live with this vision, life becomes worship. Every sight becomes darshan, every sound becomes mantra, every act becomes offering, and your heart, filled with awe and love, rests always in him. This is the yoga of divine glories. This is Vibhuti Yoga. This is chapter 10 of the Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna, Om Tat Sat.